Welcome back to Birch's Blessed Barbecue. My name is Michael Birch. Let's make some thick, chocolatey chocolate chip cookies. We have our mixer. Now you don't have to use a mixer. This is just gonna make the process go a lot easier, but you can do it by hand. We're gonna start off with our whisk attachment. We already have all our ingredients prepped out, so we're gonna start with some sugar, brown sugar, and some butter. Starting off with our butter, white sugar, then our brown sugar. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Mix until our butter and sugar is nice and incorporated. Probably gonna need a spatula because every now and again we're gonna have to stop it. And take this round two. Now that we have this nice and incorporated, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this back down. Now it's time to go in with 1 egg. Give that a nice crack. Drop it in there. What is a barbecue meal without some dessert? And these cookies are gonna be phenomenal, nice and thick. Now that our sugar and butter are nice and incorporated, it's time to switch attachments. We're gonna go in with our mixer attachment here. It's time to go in with the rest of our ingredients. We have 2 different types of flour here. We have our all-purpose flour and our self-rising flour. That's gonna help us get a nice thick cookie that is not flat with the final product. We have some salt, and we have some bacon, just a little bit more baking powder. Put that down, start on a low mix, and let that go in nice and slow. Does take a few minutes for it to come together. After a couple minutes, you'll have a nice crumbly dough there. Give it a little bit longer and it'll all come together. A few minutes later, our dough is becoming more cohesive and we don't want to overmix it. So while it is finishing up mixing, we have our chocolate here. We have 2 different types of chocolate. We have a Tony's bar and then a Lindt bar in here as well. Again, measurements are down below. But we're going to add in our mix-ins. I'm going to add in half of it right there. Give it a mix. Now that that has mixed together for a second, it's becoming nice and incorporated with our mix-ins. It does break them up a little bit, so whatever mix-in you're adding, just be mindful of that. Add in the rest of our chocolate. Finish off our dough. Our dough is ready. Nice and crumbly, but we can still form a cookie as needed. That's going to give us the texture we are looking for with our cookie. We have our measurement. We're doing 150 gram dough balls. Yes, that is massive, but that is what we want today. So we're going to take these, a bit too big, and once we have 150, we're going to lightly pack it together into a ball. That's what we're looking like. So we're going to go ahead and set this aside on our parchment lined baking sheet and continue with our process. We are done balling out our cookies. It made 8 of them. And now we are going to set these cookies aside to rest in the freezer for around 30 minutes, or you can go refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours. But we need these to rest and let that butter solidify again from it getting worked, so that our cookies don't spread as much. Like I said, we're going for a thick cookie, so we need to take our time and let it rest. 2 hours later, our cookies are rested. They need a little bit more time, but I am being rushed right now, so we are gonna get these in here. I don't need to cook all 8 of these cookies. We're gonna leave 3 on here and put the rest in our bag. And you can keep these, put them in the freezer. They'll be good to go, and you have cookies ready whenever you want them. Set these so they have enough space in between. They shouldn't spread too much. Oven is set to 350. They're gonna go in for 17 to 22 minutes. Find that sweet spot for your oven. It's gonna be different. So 350, and then find that sweet spot and really watch it. Sometimes we gotta change the oven temp. 22 minutes later, our cookies are done. We're gonna go ahead, am I touching that barehanded? You tell me. You tell me. Huh? Why I touch that barehanded? Got some Ghirardelli chocolate just as a decoration. And a little extra chocolate. We are going to stick this through the cookie right there. Add a little pizzazz to the cookie. Top it off with a good amount of flaky salt. And we are going to do this to the rest of them. Chocolate's going to add to the flavor and the look of this cookie. How we got it perched in there just like that. Come back through with some flaky salt. We're going to go ahead and let this sit here and rest. And then you know what's next. About to tear these cookies up. It's time to get into our cookie. What is a great meal without a great dessert? So we decided to make a chocolate chip cookie, and not just any chocolate chip cookie. You can see how thick it is, right? Flaky salt, a whole piece of chocolate stuffed in there. It's thick, chocolatey, and it's just going to be different than the regular. Add a little bit of flair, and we do have a nice crisp there on the bottom. And I say let's just go in for a bite and see what it's tasting like. Some with the flaky salt, a little bit of the chocolate as well. Let's go in for it. There's caramel inside the chocolate square. Caramel inside the chocolate square. Come on now. Dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang. Dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang. It's a thick, chocolatey, chocolate chip cookie with a chocolate square added on top that is filled with caramel. You should give this a try. I'm going to leave this recipe down below in the description. And when you give it a try and when you love this, let me know. Because, I mean, if you like thick cookies, I know some people like thinner cookies or just regular sized cookies. You might not even be able to finish this whole cookie with how thick it is, but it's still soft inside. So we get the best of both worlds. Some people like the smaller ones because you like the bite, the crispiness, the chewiness of a cookie, right? We have a crisp to it from the underside to the outer edges. There's a crisp to it. There's a bite. We get inside. It is soft. It's dense. It's chocolatey. And you have to have the flaky salt that's on top. It's a must. If you eat this cookie while it's hot, I don't think you're going to be able to hold it like I'm holding it right now. You can see the cracks within the top. It's a fall apart cookie, right? That when it's warm and the interior becomes soft, the weight from the exterior, cookie just wants to fall apart. If that's not your thing, it's still phenomenal. I let it cool down a little bit to settle so I can hold it for you. Do like a hot cookie, throw some ice cream on top. Phenomenal. What I want to leave you with, everybody's not going to understand your vision, right? Sometimes we think we need certain people with us to fulfill what we need to fulfill. That we get this dream that is delivered to us in our minds and our heart, and we know this is what we're meant to do. And we're excited, right? Because we know we're going to achieve this. There's no doubt that this is meant for me. That thing that you just thought of is meant for you. Where we get in a mess is we think we need to invite everybody else around us on this journey. When I was losing weight, I decided to lose weight. I was going to lose 100 pounds. I was going to get a six-pack, and I was going to be in the best shape of my life. On the way, I haven't got the results yet, right? At the time, I hadn't got the results back. We're going back to a few years ago when I'm in this mindset. I haven't got the result. This thing's exciting. I've got some results. I lost 30 pounds, right? then lost 50, then lost 70, right? This thing is working, right? There's people around me that want to lose it as well. Let me remind you, these people are close. They've been around me, right? They've known me. They want to do this, and I'm trying to help them and like pointing things out and showing them. And it's like, they're not taking these steps, right? They ask and then you tell them and it's like, it's crickets. It's like, don't plant your seed on dead ground, right? I'm giving this information out and I could feel it wasn't hitting, but I cared about these people and I wanted them to get it. It wasn't until I was like, it's not my job. All I can do is go achieve my dream and my goal, because maybe it's not for them. They might want it, but it's at a different time. I don't know. God has this plan for me, and this is what I need to do. And me taking my dreams and my goals and trying to get affirmation and the okay from these other people to go do what I need to do and make the decisions to change, it's not going to work. The dream was not given to them, right? So I reach the goal, I get in shape, I have the abs, and they come back again, asking questions about how they can get there, saying little comments about who you are and you've changed and you think you're better than us. I tried to give you the information. Now you're coming to me again. It's like nothing's going to change, and you're just coming to me with a different energy, right? With social media. If you don't surround yourself in the right environment when doing social media or your different hobbies or adventures and projects you want to do, you're going to bring it to the wrong people, and they're going to place their doubt and their limitations on you, right? You just got to move out the way and let it go past and know, all right, this isn't the person that, like, they don't have the vision. The vision wasn't given to them. I can't expect them to be excited like I'm excited for what God has given me, right? They might be able to get it. I don't know. Right now might not be their time, but all I know is right now, this is what I need to do. And I need to stay focused and locked in on what is going on. So what I'm asking you today is to stay focused. Make your decisions and don't let everybody else cloud your judgment, right? Don't let them make the decisions for your life. Don't let them sway you to the opposite direction of where you need to be. When we're going after our dreams and our goals, it's going to be some tough decisions. We have to change. We have to become the person that has six-pack abs before we get there, right? So some of our habits and our way of thinking have to change. If you're going to be a six-figure earner, a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, we have to be that multi-millionaire before we actually have it in our hands, right? Because once we have it in our mind and our heart and we can see it, vision, we can see it. Once we can see it and we become it, we are it before we have it. So if we take this big dream and this goal and this vision we have, right, we're thinking big. We take this big dream and this vision we have and present it to a small-minded person, they're not going to understand it. Right? They're not going to understand that who you have to become and who you are is achievable. Right? They can't see it. So we can't let them who think here mess with us that are thinking on a different level. Right? And they're going to be like, you think you're smarter than us. You saying, hey, you speaking on a different level. Right? I'm not saying I'm better than you, but I am saying I'm moving differently so I can get the results that I want. And some things require me to change the way I'm speaking, places I hang out, how I move, how I think. Right? Because when I was a child, I thought, I spoke, I understood as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things, right? So I got a new way of thinking. I got a new way of understanding. I got a new way of speaking, right? And I became that man before I had certain tangible things, but I became this man It doesn't mean this one wasn't here. It just means once I became this man, I realized the way I was thinking, speaking, and understanding wasn't going to help me get to the level that I was at. So I need to take this way of thinking, speaking, and understanding and put it over here, right? I don't use that. That's not how I operate. I don't want to be that person, right? Then I turn over here and head to my dreams and my goals, right? And I'm moving along the way. That doesn't mean that person doesn't say, I put it away, right? You get to make the decision to put it away, right? You're not stuck the way you are. You're only stuck the way you are if you want to be that way, right? And I'm not here to tell you to change. I'm not here to tell you what you're doing isn't working. You will know if what you're doing is working, if you're getting the results that you want to see, if you're moving in that direction. Right, there's certain measurements as we go, depending on what it is that you want to do. You will know if you're heading in that right direction. If we use a tangible, practical advice, I knew I was heading to my 100-pound goal because I could step on the scale and I lost 30 pounds. I could step on the scale and I lost 50 pounds. I could step on the scale, I lost 70, right? Then I got to the 100. And then once we get to a certain point, there's minute changes that you might not be able to see right away. At the beginning, there's going to be the big drastic changes. Things are changing real quick. But as we get into it, daily steps, daily steps, daily steps. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. And we need to take these steps instead of taking the elevator. We take the elevator, we might come down as fast as we went up. Take the stairs, learn the lessons, become the man or woman you're meant to become. And once you have what it is that you want, you'll be able to handle it because you took the steps, you got in shape, you were ready for it. With that being said, the caramel melted out. I want my caramel. All right. Chocolate chip cookie. Full chocolate square in there. Sea salt. It is phenomenal. The caramel's leaking out of that one too. These cookies were phenomenal. If you plan on giving them a try, like I said, recipes down in the description below. Tag me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Birch's Blessed BBQ. I'd love to see what you're cooking. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. All right? Hey, that dream and that goal, they don't have a say in whether you achieve it or not. God gave it to you. So when we block out outside noise and we stay focused, we get aligned. All right, we become clear on what it is that we want, and we don't let anybody else speak into it unless they have and are living the life that we want to live. I love you. God bless you. Thank you for spending some time with me today. You could have been doing anything. You chose to make some cookies, have a conversation, and I appreciate you for that. I love you. God bless you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.